Hello dear friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's lecture we are going to learn about balancing the equations for the redox reaction 1. Generally these redox reactions are balanced by using your trial and error method 1. Okay, and we require a systematic procedure. In all previous lecture you have learned about the redox reaction 1. Okay, so now just we will introduce about this particular topic 1. Now remember, balancing of equation for your redox reaction is a procedure for equalizing the number of atoms and the charges. So this is two important word, number of atoms and charges on both sides of your redox reaction 1. Okay, for example, if I have considered a general reaction, that is Na plus Nb gives Na dash plus Nb dash. N is the number of atoms one. Okay, so this N must be equal to this one and this N must be equal to this one. And if I am going to consider the charges on your left hand side, if the charge is -2 charge, overall charge on your left hand side is -2, so here there must be the +2 charge one. Okay, so overall the charges must be equal here one. Okay, now next, remember, many redox reactions are complex reactions and they cannot be easily balanced one. That's why we require a systematic procedure one. Then next, remember, these redox reactions are balanced by using the two methods, that is first by oxidation number method and second by ion electron method, or it is also known as an half reaction method one. Okay, now what we are going to learn in these two method. Now in the first method, oxidation number method, now here there is a principle, the increase in oxidation number must equal to decrease in oxidation number 1. Okay, so this is the principle of this method 1, and in this method again we are going to learn how to balance the redox reaction in acidic medium as well as in the basic medium 1. Now in the second method, that is your ion electron method, or it is also called as an half reaction method. Now here the principle is very simple. Again these reactions, whatever the redox reactions which is given to us, is split into the two half equation one. One half equation is your oxidation reaction and another half equation is your reduction reactions, and they are separately balanced. Okay, now here also we are going to study how to balance the redox reaction in the acidic medium and in basic medium one. Okay, so this much part that we are going to learn in this particular topic 1, that is balancing of your equations for the redox reaction 1. Though we require a systematic procedure, we have given a few steps. On the basis of that few steps we can easily balance this redox reaction 1. So now we will start with the first method, that is your oxidation number method. So what was the principle? Principle is very simple. Net increase in oxidation number equals to net decrease in the oxidation number 1. Okay, so in this method we are going to start with the first, balance the redox reaction in the acidic medium 1. We know, so this systematic procedure actually involves the few steps. Now I am going to read out the steps will become on your screen. Pause the video, note down that steps, and simultaneously I am going to take the example from this method 1 and we will apply that step to that example, so that you will get a clear idea about these steps as well as how to solve this particular example 1. So let us start with number first. Write the unbalanced net equation of your redox reaction. Balance the equation for all atoms except hydrogen and the oxygen atom. Assign the oxidation number to all atoms in both reactant and the product. So that is our step number first. Now let us take the example H2O2 aqueous plus Cr2O7 2 minus aqueous gives O2 gaseous plus Cr plus 3 aqueous. Okay, So this is our redox reaction. Here we are going to write the unbalanced equation. Okay, now again we are going to balance the other atoms, okay, except your oxygen atom and the hydrogen atoms. Now here on your left hand side 2 chromium atom, here only 1 chromium atom. Again, so no any other atom here, that's why I will directly write down this as an, okay, I will write this equation as an 2H2O2 aqueous plus Cr2O7 2 minus aqueous gives O2 gaseous plus 2Cr plus 3 aqueous. So in short, I have balanced this chromium one. So that is our step number first, the first point in your step number first one. Then we have said that we have to assign the oxidation number for all the atoms one. So let us assign the oxidation number for all the atom. We know that this is hydrogen peroxide, therefore plus 1, minus 1. Now this number will be plus 6, minus 2. Then this will be 0 and this will be the plus 3. So this is your step number first one. So we have applied the step number first. Now let us apply the step number second. Step number second. So step number second, identify the atoms that have changed the oxidation number and by how much. Draw the bracket to connect the atom of the element that undergoes oxidation, and similarly draw the bracket to the atom which undergoes the reduction one. So this is again very simple step. Now how we can do this one? Observe this reaction. We know that increase in oxidation number is oxidation process and decrease in oxidation number is reduction process. So let us find out. We know that in this H2O2 oxygen atom minus 1 to 0, that means there is increase in oxidation number. Now here chromium from plus 6 to plus 3. Okay, so obviously there is decrease in oxidation number. So we have to simply note down this one. And how we can apply this step here? Again write down the same equation, H2O2 aqueous plus Cr2O7 2 minus aqueous. Okay, so here oxidation number is minus 1, here the oxidation number is plus 6, gives O2 gaseous plus 2 Cr plus 3 aqueous. Now its oxidation number is 0 and its oxidation number is plus 3. Now we have to note down the oxidation process and the reduction process. So we can note down this process by using this square bracket one. So this reaction, as there is increase in the oxidation number from minus to 0, therefore this will be your oxidation process. Okay, this is nothing but your oxidation reaction one. Now here from plus 6 to plus 3. Okay, so obviously here there will be the decrease in oxidation number by gain of electron. So this reaction will be your reduction reaction. That's it. Okay, so this is our step number second one. Now again here we have to simply note down there is, so here the oxidation number of oxygen atom, that is from minus 1 to oxidation number goes to 0 for your oxygen atom. Okay, so this is nothing but your oxidation reaction. Okay, and in short again you can write down the oxidation number of chromium from plus 6 decreases to chromium plus 3. It is the reduction reaction by gain of electron, by loss of electron one. So you just note down this. Step number third, show an increase in oxidation number per atom of the oxidized species and hence net increase in oxidation number. Similarly, show decrease in the oxidation number per atom of reduced species and the net decrease in the oxidation number. So that third, you have to take the reference from your second step 1. Okay, we have to find out how much oxidation number is increased and how much oxidation number is decreased. One, assigning net increase and net decrease. Okay, net decrease, how we can assign? Let us consider first of all increase in oxidation number. Increase in oxidation number. Now, how much oxidation number increase? We know that oxygen atom from -1 to oxygen atom 0. Okay, so increase per atom, we have to write down increase per atom. How we can calculate the increase per atom? Obviously 0 minus -1. So 0 minus -1. So that will be equals to +1. So for one oxygen atom, the oxidation number increased by +1. Now let us consider the net increase. Okay, now what is net increase? If this oxygen atom oxidation number for one oxygen atom increases by +1. Now oxidation number, as we know that there is a 2 oxygen atom, is it right? Therefore net increase will be equals to 2 into +1, that will be equals to +2. So that is nothing but your net increase. Remember, it is very important step 1. Step number 3rd. Similarly, we have written for this oxidation reaction. Now we have to write it for the reduction reaction, for the decrease. Okay, decrease in oxidation number. Okay, we know that it is in chromium, and from chromium, that is +6 to chromium +3. Okay, +6 to +3. So let us consider again decrease per atom. Decrease per atom, that will be equals to +3 minus +6. Okay, and that will be equals to -3. Okay, that's it. Net decrease equals to, we know that here how much chromium atom are? 2. Okay, therefore 2 into -6. Okay, so this is net increase and net decrease. But remember, what is our principle? Net increase must be equal to net decrease 1. So this is about your step number. Let's go to the step number 4th. Determine the factor or coefficient that will make the total increase or decrease in oxidation number equal. Insert this coefficient into equation. Okay, that's it. So that is your step number. As we know that, again you have to take the reference of your previous step. Net increase equals to +2. Okay, net decrease equals to -6. So we have to find out one such factor so that these two value become equal. Okay, so how we can find out it one? It is very simple. If I multiply this by 3, okay, its value will be equals to +6. We are assigning the coefficient. Multiply the net increase in oxidation number by 3. Okay, net increase in oxidation number by 3, and insert this factor, or we can for oxygen atom in both sides of equation, in both sides of equation. Now how we can do it? One, again it is very simple. Okay, so this is our reaction, that is 3H2O2 aqueous. Okay, on both sides of the equation. Okay, here is oxygen atom, that's why I have taken the 3H2O2 as the oxidation process takes place in your hydrogen peroxide. Now chromium Cr2O7 2 minus as it is. Okay, then it gives your 3O2 gaseous plus 2Cr plus 3 aqueous. Okay, so this is your step number 4th one. Here we have insert this coefficient on the both sides of the equation. Now what about the step number 4th? It says that balance the oxygen atom by adding H2O to the side containing less oxygen atom, 1 H2O for 1 oxygen atom. Similarly, balance the hydrogen atom by adding H plus, that is your proton ions, to the side with the less hydrogen atom. Now let us consider the step number 5th. It is very simple one. So here we have to balance the oxygen atom. Now for 1 oxygen atom, okay, we have to add 1 H2O. Okay, that is given in our step 1. So just count the number of oxygen atom on both sides. So here 3 into 2, 6 plus 7, 6 plus 7 will be 13 oxygen atom on your left hand side. Here 3 into 2, that will be 6. So we have to add 1 H2O molecule for 1 oxygen atom 1. So here on your left hand side 13 oxygen atom, here 6. So how much we have to add now? We have to add this 7 H2O so that its total will become 13. Okay, so just again write down this equation. Oxygen atom, for balancing the oxygen atom. Okay, so 3H2O2 aqueous plus Cr2O7 2 minus aqueous gives 3O2 gaseous plus 2Cr plus 3 aqueous plus 7H2O liquid. Okay, so now oxygen atoms are balanced on both the sides. One. Now similarly in this step, that is our step number 5th, we are going to balance the hydrogen atom. And what is our rule says? For 1 hydrogen atom we have to add the 1 proton. Okay, I am writing it in short. This is for hydrogen atom. So again count the hydrogen atom on both sides of the equation. Okay, let us count. 3 into 2, 6 atom, 6 hydrogen atom. So on your left hand side there is a 6 hydrogen atom. Now here nothing. Now here 7 into 2, so 14. Okay, 14 hydrogen atom. On which side the hydrogen atoms are less? One. So from your left hand side. So on your left hand side the hydrogen atoms are less. How much hydrogen atoms are less? So okay, 8 hydrogen atoms are less. So again write down that equation by modifying it. One, 3H2O2 aqueous plus Cr2O7 2 minus aqueous 8H plus aqueous gives 3O2 gaseous plus 2Cr plus 3 aqueous plus 7H2O aqueous. Okay, so this is about your step number 5th one. Now the last step, step number 6, it says that check the balance equation to make sure that the reaction is balanced with respect to both number of atoms of each element and the charges one. So this is our step number 7. In this step number 6 1, whether this reaction is balanced or not one, as there is a very less space. Okay, let us check first of all here. Okay, how much hydrogen atom? 3 into 2 6 plus 8 14. So obviously here is also the 14 hydrogen atom. Again oxygen atom 3 into 6 plus 7 13. So what about the chromium? We are already balanced, that means all atoms are balanced here one. Now let us consider about the charges one. -2 charge here. Okay, -2 plus 8 plus. Okay, so again remember -2 plus 8 will be equals to plus 6 charge. Okay, on your left hand side. Now here 2 into plus 3. Okay, on one chromium atom there is a plus 3 charge, for on 2 chromium atom there will be the plus 6 charge. So again you have to write down the same equation in the step number 6, and you have to write down one simple statement. This equation is balanced with respect to atoms as well as the charges one. As we know that on your left hand side there is a plus 6 charge, on your right hand side there is a plus 6 charge. So this is a simple procedure for balancing your redox reaction in your acidic medium one.